Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Shaw.
Well, good Monday morning. It is 9 minutes past the hour. Tropical storm Isaias is strengthening in the warm waters of the Atlantic this morning. The slow-moving storm continues to threaten the east coast of Florida. Nadia Romero is in Daytona Beach, Florida, as Isaias moves closer to shore.
The entire east coast in the path of Isaias. It potentially brings relentless rain, wicked wind, and strong storm surge. The storm drenching parts of the Sunshine State.
I had to pull this umbrella out of the mothballs.
I didn't think that it can change very suddenly. I mean, in just a few seconds.
High winds whipping up waves.
This is one heck of an experience. But yeah, it's pretty windy down here. The waves are pretty amazing.
Already, Isaias knocked out power to tens of thousands of people. Crews from 20 states working overtime to restore service. Floridians aren't strangers to strong storms.
I've lived here since '86. This is nothing. You know, it's just going to blow right through, get a little wind, little rain, and we'll be fine tomorrow.
Instead of panicking, they're preparing. Filling sandbags, gas tanks, and grocery carts.
You get ready, enough water, enough canned food, and hope for the best.
Others evacuated to shelters adhering to COVID-safe guidelines.
Just want to make sure we can stay as safe as possible. Certainly is a double threat.
For some, watching the weather is a welcome distraction in the midst of the pandemic.
In a weird way, it's almost a sense of relief because it's somewhat normal for people who live in South Florida to have to pay attention to it.
The storm could threaten lives and destroy property as it moves up the eastern seaboard.
We're bracing for whatever comes. We want to be ready for whatever. So that's what we're focused on right now.
We'll get another look at that storm track in just a moment here. Nice news for Central Oregon. Excessive heat watches and warnings have been lifted. The fire weather watches have been lifted. Don't mistake that for an easing of the drought. We are still very, very dry here, but a lot of the watches and warnings that we saw last week have gone away, so that's good news. We're headed for something a little more average today. 87 being that average. We'll be bouncing right around that for our daytime highs today. Certainly off to a nice start. Clear skies overhead makes for an easy commute around Central Oregon. In fact, all across the state, even the mountain roads are in good shape this morning. Looking at central Texas and up into Oklahoma, getting a little bit by way of some thunderstorms. The Appalachians are getting some of that as well, and a couple of other spots back east. Taking a look now at that hurricane itself. This is Isaias currently. It is expected to make landfall in South Carolina. It is going to bring riptides and high winds and heavy rains all along the east coast. It is going to track its way northward, and by this evening should be right close to the North Carolina, South Carolina border. It will rake its way up the eastern seaboard from there. So a lot of folks in the east are bracing for a lot of rain and a lot of wind. Here in the northwest, just exactly the opposite. We are looking at plenty of clear skies. We pushed a few thin clouds out of the state this morning. That left our entire state in great shape to get the day underway. 49 degrees right now at Redmond Airport, so we're cooling in these early dawn hours. We look like we're going to stay fairly average for the day ahead. Not much by way of wind right now, nor will there be for much of the day. We'll see breezes pick up a little bit out of the northwest for a little bit this afternoon. Scattered through the 40s into the mid-50s for most of Central Oregon this morning, and headed for the mid to upper 80s. So it's going to be a day that'll actually be even a little cooler than yesterday. So more average, more comfortable temperatures, light breezes, plenty of sunshine. This will be a nice day here on the high desert. A pollen count stays a little bit on the high side because of grass pollen this morning, and it looks like temperatures are going to warm just a bit as we get through the middle of the week. We'll be back up around 90 degrees. Thursday promises to be about the coolest day of the week. We'll be in the upper 70s, low 80s on Friday, and then we'll work our way back back to something a little more average for temperatures for the weekend ahead. We'll get plenty of sunshine. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s. Not much by way of clouds all week. Even when we do see a few through the middle of the week, it is going to be very thin and very broken. So easy conditions are ahead for Central Oregon.